everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another World Cup fantasy video. So in this video, I'm going to be going through the top assets for every team from groups E to H. If you haven't already, please check out my other video where I talk about groups A to D. And also, if you like this stuff, like FPL, like World Cup fantasy, then give this video a like and subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit that notification bell as I will be releasing videos throughout the World Cup. So today I'm wearing England's 1996 Euro away kit. So this was the kit that is famous for Paul Gascoigne and also famous for us being knocked out in a penalty shootout with Gareth Southgate missing the vital penalty. So hopefully he can redeem that this tournament. So first up is Group E. We'll start off with Spain. So for them, Spain, the 2010 winners, have a load of options, especially in midfield and attack. But I've actually gone for their goalkeeper, so Simone. So at 5.5, I fancy Spain to keep a good few clean sheets in this group, especially them playing Costa Rica and Japan within the group. They do have Germany right in the middle of both of them. But I feel, Spain can still do well this tournament, and Simone's a bargain at 5.5 million. Next up, we've got Costa Rica. So again, another, pretty good defensive team. They do have Keylor Navas in goal, but I've actually gone for Calvo, who's a defender and is priced at 4 million. So a cheap way into their defense. And they're likely to get clean sheets rather than score a goal. So I wouldn't be going for any of their forwards, but Carvalho 4 million if you need someone for that price is an option. Next up, we've got Germany and Leroy Sané, who's actually listed as a midfielder for 9 million, who might play up front. It's looking likely he will be playing up front. I think Germany are you're not really too sure what to expect for them this tournament, and with Spain in their group, that'll be a good test early on for them. I do fancy Sane to get a load of points against Costa Rica and Japan. So definitely want to put in for 9 million, who's likely to be playing further forward. And Japan, Japan are kind of a free-flowing, fast wingers attacking team. And I've gone for Mitoma, who's actually listed as a forward for 5.5 million. He's been on fire for Brighton recently, and if Japan are going to do anything in this tournament, it's likely to come from Mitoma. Next up, we have Group F. So for Belgium, we're definitely looking at Kevin De Bruyne, 11 million. So De Bruyne does play a little further forward for Belgium than he does at Man City. He kind of plays behind the striker, who's likely to be Lukaku. Great option, even better option than FPL, because he does play further forward, and Belgium do have two great games to start off with. So play Canada, Morocco in the first two games before a likely tough game against Croatia. Another option could be if Eden Hazard is still injured and is likely to miss the first two games, then Trossard at 5.5 million is a great option. So he plays in the other role behind the striker. For that price, with Belgium looking good going forward, then I think that's a great option if Hazard is injured. So for Canada, you're kind of struggling for options really. So I've gone with Alphonso Davies, who is listed as a defender but is likely to be playing in midfield. So for 5 million, you kind of get a player that's further forward, but will still get clean sheets if his team does. With Canada, I'm not expecting much this tournament, but if you are going to go for a Canadian player, then Davies is the one. Kind of the same with Morocco, because it is a tough group with Croatia and Belgium in there. But I've gone for a defender again, so 5 million, Hakimi, who is one of the best wing backs. Well, he was one of the best wing backs in the world, at least last year, a couple of years ago. He hasn't hit that form since going to PSG from Inter, but I think being that star player for Morocco, he can do well this tournament if Morocco can pull together a few good performances. And for Croatia, we've got, sorry for the pronunciation, but we've got Gvardiol. for 4 million, or Sosa for 3.5, both defenders. Croatia have shown how great they can be at the World Cup and got to the final last year, losing out to France. So I think either one of those is a good option. Sosa would be probably a little bit better as he does play in a fullback role, and he's 0.5 cheaper. But yeah, to guarantee that start, you can go for Garvidal. So next up, we've got Group G. We'll start off with Brazil. So I've gone for Neymar as the best option, sitting at 10.5. Doesn't really need to be explained. Everything Brazil do will involve him basically. But another option could be, if you don't want to get Neymar and you want to save that money, is Richarlison. So yeah, he's basically the starting striker for Brazil. The only issue is he was injured towards the end of last season for Spurs, so not sure if he'll be fit enough to start. But with nearly basically a goal or an assist a game, and with 17 goals in his last 38 games, yeah, he's definitely a great option at 7.5. Another one could be so for Serbia is Mitrovic, coming in at 7 million. So with 14 goals in his last 15 games, and if he is fit again, because he was injured towards the end of last season, he could be a great option. One thing to bear in mind is he does play Brazil first, so you may want to bring him in match day 2 just to target them Switzerland and Cameroon games. So we move on to Switzerland. So their probably best option is Rodriguez, defender, 4.5 million. He does take penalties and free kicks, so yeah, great option if you're hoping Switzerland get a penalty. Again, he does miss out Brazil, but he does play Brazil in the middle fixture. So maybe if you're looking for him for match day 1 or match day 3, it could be an option. And then we've got Cameroon, who have only got 2 players on the game, 2 goalkeepers. So yeah, I'm not too sure who to pick for them, but I've gone with a player that I'm guessing will start. I just don't know their price. So Anguissa, yeah, defender, Cameroon are probably likely to be defending quite a lot in this group, especially with the strikers that are about, like Mitrovic, Neymar, Vinicius Junior. So that could be an option when they do get added to the game. So next up, we've got Group H. We'll start off with Portugal and the man of the moment, Cristiano Ronaldo, coming in at 10 million. I do feel Ronaldo does have a point to prove. A lot of people have said he's past it, and with what's come out recently in the Piers Morgan interview, I feel like this is a stage where Ronaldo kind of thrives on, and will step up for Portugal and kind of take his team until at least the last 16. Another option could be Diego Costa, coming at 5 million, Portugal goalkeeper. So I'm hearing that he is likely to be the starting goalkeeper, and at that price, that is great to get into Portugal's defence that does have the likes of Diaz and Cancelo. So for Ghana, I've gone for Jiku for 4.5 million. Again, Ghana have a really good defence. This is a theme within this group, but they do have a lot of injuries at the moment, and it will be a tough group for them to come through, with them playing Portugal in the first game. So maybe look to bring them in for game week for match day 2, or yeah, that's probably their only option. So Uruguay, who look very, very solid, great midfield with Bentancur, Torreira, Vasquez, and yeah, the strikers that you all know, Suarez, Darwin Núñez, and Cavani. But I've actually gone for someone that's a little less known and comes in at 5.5 million. So Di Arrascaeta. I just feel like he is likely to be kind of one of the standout players of the tournament as an unknown. I'm hearing a lot of talk on Twitter and a lot of people that know this Uruguay team very well that he will be starting and he will be a big part of the team. I've also gone for their goalkeeper, which is likely to be their starting goalkeeper, but it's not 100% sure. At 4 million is Roche. So again, Uruguay do play Portugal in match day 2, so you kind of want to avoid that game. But apart from that, games against Ghana and Korea is a good chance for a clean sheet. And yeah, for Korea, the obvious option would have been Son, but I've actually gone for someone that is 2 mil cheaper and is listed as a midfielder. So Hwang, the Wolves player. He's likely to be playing up front, and I feel 8.5 million could be a little too much for a career kind of forward, and you get a few extra chances of getting points with Hwang as a midfielder. So yeah, I think Hwang would be a good option, and is cheaper than Son. So that was the best fantasy assets for every team in the World Cup. So this video took ages to make, doing a lot of research. So if you wouldn't mind just giving it a like, it really helps out the channel. And yeah, hit that subscribe button as well, because I will be releasing a lot more fantasy World Cup content throughout the coming weeks. And make sure you hit that notification bell to stay on top with the latest videos, and make sure you win your mini league. Also, don't forget, if you don't know how to play the World Cup, I have released a how to play video, and also the best fantasy assets from Group A to D. So yeah, check them ones out too.